What up, people? Cobra Dad, black up in his bitch, and I'm still on the planet. Pneumonia can't stop me. The energy's back. The voice ain't quite back yet, but the energy is here. You know what I'm saying? And you know who else is here? My man. Yes, sir. Let's jump this motherfucking, get this motherfucking intro going. Highway. So I want to know how the fuck was my pneumonia so powerful that it went through fiber optics and got you sick?
I don't know, you son of a bitch, but you definitely did. I mean, it could.
All right, everybody, let's get into it. We got our guest tonight, and he is the one and only Mr.
Dylan Gray, such a handsome gentleman too.
Thank you. Yeah, I showered today too. So
no doubt it smells good in here.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's an old clip. Nice. That's a solid intro right there.
Yeah, man, I thought
Well,
so.
we're professionals, we're not new to this.
Yeah, and we're trying to highlight your hygiene,
Exactly. I got that's a stigma with Comic-Cons, comic book people, but really it's the anime people that are really stinky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They stink like ass, bro.
Exactly. You could toy people, you would think, but no, they keep themselves clean because they want to touch their toys and they don't want to get their toys dirty.
Right. The anime guys, it's kind of not their fault because they're dedicated to their craft. So they're always in that funky ass suit. And then they got to go and then they come back and they got to put the suit on. They're just like, fuck it, man. Free breeze, this motherfucker.
But yeah. But anyways, thanks for having me back on here. I had a blast with you guys last time. Any chance I get to rant and rave is always fun for me,
Oh, well, that is the place to do this, my friend, is right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that.
Speaking of ranting and raving,
you guys see that Hogan debacle?
Yes, I did.
Cringe.
It was embarrassing for him. It was embarrassing for the WWE, but mostly it's an embarrassment for him. And I saw they even had the Mouth of the South with him trying to hype him up. And I mean, the younger generation doesn't know who that Mouth of the South is. They don't care. What's that gonna? And he wasn't even saying anything. He was completely silent. He was just waving a flag around,
Yeah, it was bad. And, my son, we were driving home and he was like, yo, did you see that shit? I was like, yeah, that's fucked up. They did the Hulkster like that. And from his point of view, he's a 30-year-old man. He's like, fuck that asshole. He's like, blah, blah, blah. And he brings up all like these out of the ring things. And then a lot of the stories about him being such a kiss ass to Vince and a snitch with the union and all that shit. But in my mind, the Hulkster was a hero to me, bro. He was my era's Roman Reigns, Rock, Stone Cold. He was my champ. He picked up the fucking giant, slammed him, the whole when it comes down. Come on, he was like, to me, when I was a kid, I thought he could beat up any man on the planet. And that led to my stepdad actually breaking kayfabe to me. Like, I found out, the Santa Claus wasn't real. I found out wrestling wasn't real because one time I was watching the Hulkster and I was like, yeah, man, he's fucking amazing. Yeah, bro. And I would just look back. I'm like, he could fuck you up. And he was like, bro, this shit is fake, right?
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think, Matt? What do you think?
It was the same exact way for me. If you grew up in that time era, there's no way in hell, if you were tuned into what was going on pop culture wise, that you weren't a fan of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And not only a fan, but if you were into wrestling at all, which I was because my grandfather was very involved in it. He knew a lot of the guys back in the day and shit. But anyways, I grew up watching that shit religiously. So Hulk Hogan, to me, was like you said, he's like a living god, dude. Like
at the time, bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean? A son of a deity. Him, Randy Savage, all those guys stood in
Ultimate Warrior
that made him untouchable.
Yeah.
And like you said, the thing is, everyone now talks shit about him because they weren't there when that. Back then, kayfabe didn't exist. It was reality, and that's it. There was no thinking about whether it was fake or any of that shit. These kids today grew up knowing that it wasn't real.
It's fake, yeah. We always thought
it was written.
Yeah.
We didn't have that shit. We thought, holy fuck, Hulk Hogan just lifted Andre the motherfucking Giant in the air and slammed him. And on top of it all, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T in the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
I lost my nut when I was a kid, and I didn't even have it done. Like, that shit blew my fucking mind. So for them to talk shit about something Hogan said as Terry Hogan and not fucking Hulk Hogan, I don't give two shits what Terry Hogan does. Terry Hogan could be fucking snorting coke off of a hooker's ass and swearing and calling people the N-bomb all day. I don't
None of my business. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan would never do that shit publicly.
No.
So I don't give a fuck about Terry Hogan. Hulk Hogan is my man, and he always will be.
Yeah.
And I would drink American beer.
Yeah. So
that's all I gotta say.
So I'm with you in the same boat. Like growing up, I had my light switch was fucking Hulk Hogan. Literally just saying, and you switch him up and down, turn on the light. I had that until I was like 5 or 6. True story. It broke, and that's why I had to get a regular light switch. I hated it. But growing up watching movies like Suburban Commando and like all those other Spy Hard where he showed. Yeah, he and you're right. You can separate the art from the artist for the most part, but at the end of the day, when you're just doing all these things. And the only reason you're even there at the WWE thing wasn't to wrestle, wasn't to be part of a storyline, but to promote your beer. It's what it is. It's not, and I watched someone today talk about it. It's not like the things he said or did outside of it. It's things like taking more credit for stuff that happened that wasn't. People get annoyed with that shit when it's every time like, you owe me this, you owe me that, like all this kind of shit. He his biggest practices, his hawking beer, everything that went down with his family, like his court cases, where he had to go on deposition, like he was under oath and had to say that no, I don't have a large penis. He had to talk about that he did not, and I swear to God,
Dude, he's got a monster dick though.
No, he had it all under oath. Under fucking oath. He had to say, no, I do not. That is a lie. It's not that. Yeah, because it was some sort of text message.
You're killing my hero.
Look it up, bro. Look it up. No, but That's Terry Hogan.
It has a monster
Terry,
dick.
but that's at the end of the day, that's Terry Hogan. You're right. Hulk Hogan is a character that Terry Hogan played. And after a while, when you are just doing nonstop pieces of shit things and the culture doesn't want you around anymore, that's what fucking happens.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Our grandpas were all about fucking John Wayne. I never got it. Even as a kid, I never got it. I was like, okay, but I don't get it, you know? And so
you make a great point, man.
Yeah. So that being said, though, he has his place. He has his time. What he should have done is came out there and wrestled if he really wanted to do something. But no, he went out there and promoted his beer. He paid for that spot. He paid to be there and get booed. And I guarantee you, Triple H was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Like, I'll take your money. Let's do this. But like, are you sure?" And booed the entire time.
Yeah.
Like
it was a dumb decision, but in my eyes, it's like I don't care what he's coming out for. The fact that he came out, he still deserves the same fucking respect that he ever did. Like, I don't know. There's certain people that reach a level where I don't care what they do or did. They've already excelled at past that point where I give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for scientists and maybe, but like, this is just an actor. This is just like, you know what I'm saying? And people have to be held accountable. His character doesn't. Hulk Hogan doesn't, but Terry Hogan does, and that's my point. I'm with you. No, because even years later, seeing the Andre the Giant moment is still like that is wrestling. That is like we've seen so many crazier things since then, but still like that moment has so much power in it, so much history, so much everything. But yeah. Bottom line is he never should have done a reality show and everything would have been fine.
Exactly. That is true.
He could have kept showing up and doing random spots every few years for WWE. Remember when he came back as Mr. America? I remember that was so nobody knew. Like everyone was like, Mr. America, like what is this? This is dumb, and like it ends up being Hulk Hogan. Which led to the WrestleMania 19 Vince Hulk Hogan fight, which was just such a great. That might be Hulk Hogan's last good match. I think that might be it.
Could be.
Can you
don't think that Rock and Hogan match was good?
What year was that?
That was like back in 2000.
I feel like that's when he started just like pushing.
2002.
Well,
yeah, that was a really good match. But yeah, no, we're talking 2005 maybe. So like it was right after that. I think, but like we're talking, he still wrestled through, I think like 2007 would show up and stuff. But I think his last, like his peak match as of right now, like not his greatest match, but his last really good one was that. I don't think he's done anything since then except hawk beer and go.
He did tour. Come on and try to pimp his wares.
Yeah, he did. But man, he's also getting to the point where, as much as I love him, you got to admit he ain't rolling in the dough, dude. You know what I mean? So
but
he's got.
Let me tell you something, brother. I always got the dough, brother.
Yeah.
Let's check the chat.
He's not
all right. You two keep buying those bootlegs, man. They're going to kill you. I haven't bought a bootleg since that. That's this motherfucker.
That's what they're saying because you were talking about like being sick at the time, and so that's where you got it.
This man comes on as a guest and can conceive my own show better than I can.
Oh, that's not hard.
Hi, KJ. Oh, we're seeing a little bit of a circle jerk.
Oh yeah, the bromance
starting to form. Diggs, my man.
What's that ship name? Diggs Smith, or would that be KG Figs? What's the ship name for that?
Which one?
For Diggs and KJ, would it be Diggs Smith? I think it's Diggs Smith. I think that's what it is.
Well, all I know is they would probably be Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
There you go.
Yeah. 4 viewers, so that's you, 3, and me. All right.
We love you too, KJ.
There are 5 of us. All right, Quay. Chisel.
See?
So we got some viewers. Yeah. I deserve the shit talk because I went to war with my friends last night, making up some memes and shit. So yeah, it's all good. Let's see what we got here. I call them
So
Miss.
Diggs is Mr. Smith, and KJ can be Mrs. Smith.
You wouldn't have had to say that, Diggs. We already knew that.
Yeah, I mean KJ would be the wife, but one of those controlling ones. But like, you know, after a few domestic violence rounds, she gets the picture and she stops yelling.
No. If there's any domestic violence going on in that relationship, it's Diggs getting his ass beat.
I think Smith is. I think you guys are underestimating Smith. I think Smith is a power bottom. That's what I think. I think he's generating all the speed and the power behind it all.
Ay, güey!
Power
We got
bottom.
the homeboy, motherfucking daddy in the house, one half of a worthy addiction.
There it is. Boom.
Wait,
And see how he took it? He took it. That's
He's
a power
like-
move right there.
he's like,
It's
I
a power
got
move.
kids on the bottom.
It's a power move.
Yeah.
7 if you include the wives that are with me. Wepa. Toy Art knows I'm the lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
And then we had
Diggs is the one going.
I'm not a power bottom, but I'm cool with a compromise.
Hey, why you hitting me? I told you I didn't mean to touch your toys.
You know,
This got out of hand real quick.
Hank way.
Ay,
So
güey.
let's get back on the subject.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what? We're in January, new mind frames. You know, I don't do the whole New Year's resolution shit, but for some reason this year, I'm gonna do some changes and I'm sticking to them. And
Hell
one
yeah.
of them is definitely inspired by this gentleman here. Check this shit out.
It's an expensive emotion. I hate, man, you know. It's an expensive. I hate, man, you know. It's an expensive emotion. Hating requires the caring. I'd rather not.
Okay.
Bro,
I don't know. Someone's got to be a hater.
Hey, I'd rather not.
KJ takes that responsibility quite
Yeah.
He's full on. He's gonna full on like Hunger Games. Like I volunteered.
soon.
So the reason I dug that shit was that motherfucker's been Johnny Depp since like 17, 16 years old. He's been slaying Snatch like since the late 80s, all right? And when you slay enough Snatch, you end up cool and collective like that. When you fuck pussy so goddamn good that a bitch takes a shit on your pillow, you the man, bro. And Johnny Depp is the motherfucking man.
Or you're
You
hanging out
heard it
with,
first right here.
or you're hanging out with
You have it.
psychotic bitches.
All right, hold
There
on.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the sentiment though. I like the idea of not putting too much effort towards things that don't really bug you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
he's gone full nihilist now. Post, you know, all the shit. You know, like imagine
Well,
getting to walk
no
back
pun
into the,
intended.
into the Disney. Imagine just like walking back into the Disney office after all that trial, and you're like, "What's up? So how much more money are you going to give me now?"
Yeah, because 8 million ain't gonna cut it, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, you think 8 million? No, he's got points too. You for sure on the Pirates stuff? He's got points. Just like what's his name? Oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. He gets points on every Marvel project. I think.
Okay,
and if you remember right, on
it's
top
the
of all that,
and fuckface show.
on top
Unworthy
of all
is attacking the guests. I guess you're the fuckface tonight, bro.
that, you know, well,
Welcome to the family, brother. Welcome to the family. Yo, what up, Unworthy? The other half of a worthy addiction. Hey, you gotta have thick skin around here, Dylan. So you know,
I can handle it.
Yeah, you
that
should be
wasn't
able to.
directed at Dylan, anyways. That was directed at me.
All right, so let's get into our first book. My man Dylan is just now read the motherfucking in my opinion 2024.
Dylan Gray, such a handsome gentleman too.
Thank you. Yeah, I showered today too. So
Oh,
lucky
no doubt
man.
it smells good in
Yeah.
here.
Wrong video.
But yeah, Get Fury. I got the collection. The trade paperback came out last week. I love Garth Ennis, especially anything that he has to do with like military stuff. He's really, really good at it. Like he's a really good historical fiction writer, which is crazy to think because he's doing literal shit that's like Saving Private Ryan level stuff, right? Very well researched, well written. And then on the other hand, he's doing The Boys. And you're like, how does that? He's doing Preacher. You're like, where? He's doing Crossed. Where are these? There's like two brains inside this guy's head. Like they're two completely different writers. It feels like it. Because like I always tell, like he I don't know if he's written recently. Like there's the Soviet one that he did with these Soviet sniper women that fought off the Nazis called Sarah. There's one about the British in World War II called Into the Blue, and then there was another one he did, I think for Aftershock, called Eagle and Lion, Lion and Eagle, something like that. But it's so well researched. You getting this really good historical feel and all this stuff, and it's really awesome. And that's what he kind of brought to this project. It felt really like it was good. The whole stuff about the drug trade and all that kind of stuff. That's all real facts. That's all the shit that really happened. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of really cool to kind of see it played out with like Fury and Castle and all that kind of stuff. And it was really awesome. My whole note on it though, it's still a Marvel book, and it just didn't feel like a Marvel book, you know? I wanted some more explosions, like a super villain, something like that. Otherwise, because they could have literally done this entire thing without Frank and Fury, because it was a really good story on its own. It didn't feel like
even done it without like the woman and shit. Like 80% of that was just dragged out. The whole thing could have been done in like 3 issues.
they definitely stretched it out. I don't think 3. I think like 4 would have been good. Definitely not 6. I think that was him just trying to get a paycheck, if I'm being honest with you. Because like that, there was a whole area there where they're having that CIA conversation. It just drugged on and on and on, and it was just like, you're just filling in pages at this point. Why don't you spend this time having him blow through whole regiments of motherfuckers? This is Frank Castle. Exactly. Frank Castle should be shooting all these fools out, like, you know what I'm saying? Stabbing fools, you know, going through the, like, you know what I'm saying? He's not in the jungle with them. They're in the jungle with him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's Frank Castle. And I just didn't, I felt it was really good. I just feel that it should have been a little bit more. I wanted a little more Punisher A little more Punisher. That's all
A
I'm
little
saying.
more, yeah, a little more like the last issue.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So I agree with you a lot of what you said, but I have a different point of view. The reason you're not getting the Punisher is because this motherfucker's family ain't dead yet. He's in Vietnam. He's still earning his bones. He's doing shit in a foreign land. He ain't at home being a vigilante yet. His family hasn't been killed to make him the Punishers. So you're projecting what he is in the future onto what he should be in Vietnam,
but-
trying to get this mission.
You don't get
And
to
then
do
you go,
that.
and then you go, well, I need more superheroes. No, motherfucker, it's Vietnam. There ain't no superheroes involved. This is a gritty, grimy, human story.
No. You could have done Iron Man. You could have had Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Iron Man isn't. How old was Tony Stark while Vietnam was going on?
His original, bro. His
You had
original.
Logan in there.
That was his original. That was his original, like origin story was in Vietnam, or was it Korea? No, it was Korea. Sorry,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? Like it's all like a Elseworlds tale, anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like you have to have him in action. But you gotta like it's Easter eggs at that
And
point.
the
You know what I
fact of the
mean?
matter remains, when they introduce you to Frank in this series, he's the head of a special operations team. He's
Right.
not just like a badass soldier. He's the head of the baddest of badass soldiers.
Which I don't know. There
I
should
think
have been more depth.
gentlemen are not grasping my point here. His family hasn't been killed yet, so he's not.
So what? He was bad before his family even got killed, dude.
Yeah, but at this right now, he's following orders. He's not being. You get what I'm saying? Just full out savage.
But he's
He has
following
some
orders
type
in
of protocol.
Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shadiest spot, bro. Like
Agree to disagree on that one.
I will give you that yes, he doesn't have the cold vigilante heart yet, but he still has all of those skills. And just because he's not killing these dudes in cold blood doesn't mean he still can't do the job. That's what I'm saying. He should be fighting soldiers. There should have been an issue in there where he's fighting some
Another
Soviet
thing
dudes.
that I think
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying, but you're like, I need explosions and shit, bro. He's on a covert mission.
Okay.
but it's still,
Why
it's
he's
the
blowing shit up. He's trying to get there and get the fuck out.
That's what I'm saying. It's fine. It's a good book. I just don't feel like it needed to be. It's not a Marvel book. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel Marvel. That's the thing about. That's my whole thing. Is Marvel has made it very clear that they are They make superhero stories and all their stuff. It's not like DC where they have genre writing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you're coming in and you're saying this is a Marvel book, okay, then show me. And like I said, they could fix that with Easter eggs. You know what I mean? Like Logan walking in the background or something like that. Like, oh, those crazy Canadians, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's that Tony Stark dude.
But
He's
also-
going to go out into the jungle or something. You know, like, you
Well,
have
take
to
this
show
into-
that.
Take this
Because-
into consideration, Dylan. Mr. fucking Dylan Gray.
Damn.
It's a Marvel Max title.
Mhm.
So they're trying to like say, look, this isn't our Marvel hero books. This is a different avenue. And that's what I took from it.
Yeah.
Well, what I took from it was you're giving me a book that has Nick Fury and Frank Castle. Look at that cover. That's what I want to see.
That's
what
exactly. That's the point. That's the point. And that's all I'm saying. I really enjoyed it. Do not get me wrong. But it didn't. This wasn't Nick Fury and Frank Castle. And we're not even saying the Punisher and General Fury. We're literally just saying those two characters.
Yeah.
Like both of them. And I get what they went through. They handled it correct. but this is a
Dude,
superhero universe.
He got sodomized. He got sodomized and shit. I mean,
Let me ask
Yeah.
you this: you are probably more knowledgeable about this than me. Is this explanation that they're giving as to how he loses the eye? Is that like their
that's what they're trying to say, I
explanation
think, right? Yeah.
of him fucking of how Fury loses his eye?
Oh, he didn't lose it. He was already eye patched going into this comic book.
No, dude, he had both his eyes. Remember when he got captured?
Yeah, because he does a whole scene where he talks about how they ripped his eye out and they packed his eye hole with feces.
With shit.
Are you sure? Hold on, pull up issue 1. I'm pulling up issue 1. Hold on a
I'm
second.
telling you, bro. They
In the
sodomized
very
him.
last issue, he talks about how they ripped his eye out and they stuffed his eye hole with his own shit.
No, man. Issue 1, he's got the eye patch, bro.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Yeah,
They do it
he
in
definitely
issue
did
one.
that. No,
They
they
do it
definitely
in
did
issue
that.
one.
But no, I'm telling. Look, pull it up.
I don't have any
look at.
panels.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can find something. Let's see if I've got anything here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, here's right here. Right here. Let's see. Let's see. I'll send it to you. Where can I send it to you? Private chat. Can I do it? Send it there? I don't know.
Send it to.
I'll just send the URL for the image. That's it. Like, so you can just put it into
Send me the image on Instagram in a DM.
here. Boom! I sent it in the private chat on StreamYard. There you go. Boom! Right there. It's the guy explaining everything, and he's got the eye patch and everything. Right there. Boom!
Yeah, go fuck yourself in your eye.
Right here. Ooh, here's another one.
Yeah. Okay, so, but
he definitely they shoved shit into his eye socket. That was fucked up. That was really
okay,
fucked
so
up.
the eye was already missing.
Must be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just fucking with him with his own shit. Ugh, probably gave him pink eye too. They don't talk about that.
He was losing his shit at that point, man.
Okay, so he wasn't talking about you.
No, he was talking about me because I was busting on him yesterday about what's her name winning the belt.
What's up, Dom?
What up? All right.
So this is what I'm saying, and I go look up Sarah. It's a Garth Ennis book he did for TKO Studios. It's really, really good. SARA, no H. It's about these Soviet sniper women that fought off the Nazi invasion in the early 40s by themselves in the wilderness. It's literally like watching a Steven Spielberg war film. It's so fucking good. Like,
Nice.
And I'm like, this dude made Homelander? But yeah, no, because because that he, like I said, he's really good at what he did, but like I said, I just needed more Marvel. That's all I'm saying.
So what? You wanted Tony Stark to come in and ruin it and save everybody?
No, we just
No.
wanted more action.
Either you go full on the action, or you just have Easter eggs to other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? They didn't that the Easter eggs would have been more impressive because they do that in Elseworlds. You know what I'm saying? Over at DC. And that's what this is. This is an Elseworlds, but like you got to just zhush it up a little bit more with Easter eggs. Like
talk to Logan at a bar and all kinds of stuff.
anything, you know what I'm saying? You get Magneto could be that. Like it's just people just showing up and being in the backgrounds or like being part of a scene. They didn't do any of that, and I think that's the only thing missing of it. Do I think no one should read it? God, no. It was really good. It was really good. I really liked it.
Oh yeah.
But just wanted more Marvel is all. That's my only no.
It inspired me to read more Marvel throughout the rest of that year. Like that's the reason I pick up the Wolverine Revenge. That's the reason I picked up the new Wolverine Legacy.
Marvel's been killing it, man.
You know, that's one of the main reasons. And these 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 Marvel books lately have been pretty damn good.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely. I agree with you. And anytime and they're given good titles, you like Sabretooth, like that was that's all it's a great character right there, you know?
Right. All right, let's get into our next book. Matt, you ready?
I am ready.
What a great fucking
Like I said, I didn't expect to like this Energon universe shit, but every time I go into it, like, nah, I'm always changing my mind by the end.
right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and
So this picks up where we left off. Basically, the Joes are in fight trying to protect this device that they're trying to get their hands on. Rock and Roll has already been fucking laid out. He's dead, and a lot of guys are taking flack. So Duke comes in a fang and just starts fucking laying shit down through the windows of the building. And he's like, "Don't fucking give up yet. Start fucking fighting." So I think this is supposed to be Mercer in the sleeveless shirt.
yeah, it is.
But Mercer and the rest of the Vipers are holding their own. And then it goes to Cobra Commander telling Destro, like, focus on what we're supposed to be doing here. Don't worry about it. These bats are going to be the answer to all of our problems, basically. But so he's like, but we need to get our hands on that shit that the Joes have. So then we go back and the Vipers are getting wiped out and the Joes are starting to kind of make a comeback. But Duke Duke jumped off the helicopter and they're getting wiped out. And Mercer's impressed because all of a sudden the Valkyries come in and they just start shooting all the Cobra dead. And Duke's like, what in the fuck are these guys doing? They're fucking killing innocent people. And he's like, that's what Valkyries do. They come onto the battlefield and they fucking clear out the guys and send them to fucking Valhalla. So he's like, which kind of made me all of a sudden like the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, Joshua Williams has always, how do I put this? He's never done anything bad. Like, I've never read a Joshua Williams book and been like, oh, like that was a waste of time. I didn't think that was good. That I've never felt like dissatisfied walking away from it. But there was nothing he's ever done that was like, wow, really good. But I gotta say, I've been really liking all the G.I. Joe stuff he's been doing. I'm not even a huge G.I. Joe fan, like in general, but because I'm reading Transformers and a little bit of Void Rivals, just to stay up on it, but mostly Transformers. I'm you know, because it's all intertwined, so I'm trying to be on top of it. But I've been actually lightweight impressed with this. I still don't care for G.I. Joes at all. I'll be upfront. You know, I understand it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just, you can't be a fan of everything. You know what I mean?
Well, I am, and I'm critical of this shit, and I'm pretty impressed. Honestly, I didn't expect to be, but it could be drawn maybe a little bit more. I don't know, but I like it so far. The story's been great.
You probably want a little bit more like cleaner, maybe like a little more. Yeah, I agree, but you know, it's kind of showing it's a lot cheaper to do it this way.
Correct.
And it gives it a vibe.
The Baroness comes in and she starts like doing what she does best, which I kind of like her as a Joe. Because she's not a pussy.
She's a badass. Yeah.
Fucking ass. She's like what Scarlet could be and in some cases is, but not always. So she comes in and she just starts laying people out. And then what happens? Oh, yeah. So there's a panel that I missed. But what happens is, as the guys are starting to retreat, they realize that they don't want to leave their weapons in the hands of the Joes. And Cobra Commander says, well, that's okay. because I have this integrated into these rifles. And he hits a switch, and all of a sudden the rifles have a self-destruct, and they turn into bombs. So these guys all ditch their guns, and they hop on this helicopter with the device and get the fuck out. And that's what happens right here. The guns all fucking go off, and the shit has hit the fan. And now we have what's left of our Joe team trying to get themselves together. Duke's picking himself up out of the dirt and taking a look around. And then it shows them back at base. They get fucking exfilled back to the base. And Duke's like, I can't fucking believe this. We lost half of our crew. Rock and roll is fucking dead. Like, we don't know where Grunt is. Like, this is not good. And she's like, yeah, what the fuck are we going to do? So then they introduce this new guy. I don't remember what they say his name is.
Yeah, he was in issue 1, and he was like fighting some mob cartel and
he's like some ex-MMA guy who's like
cocky little asshole. Yeah.
And they want him to put him into the Joe team. And Duke's not happy about it. So then Duke and him are getting into it. And he says, well, look, I'm sure fucking Heavy Metal was a great guy. And he's like, his name wasn't fucking Heavy Metal, motherfucker. It was Rock and Roll.
Rock and Roll, yeah.
He fucking knocks him out.
Cracked his ass, yeah.
And Duke beats the shit out of him, kind of. Then we flash over to Mercer, who's bringing in the device to give to Destro and Cobra Commander. And then it shows them. And then what's the next one? And then next they're talking about, how there's a scientist that has this device that they need, this chair. But the chair and the device are in 2 different locations. So they have to split up teams, one team to go get the professor and one team to go get the chair. And Cobra Commander's like, don't worry, this shit that we're dealing with has been here long before us. And this is where we're getting it. And he shows them Megatron.
Look at that fucking panel, bro.
Yeah, it's dope. So then they show him talking about how they get Indiana John from Megatron. And then you realize that one of the Vipers that snuck into the base was Grunt in disguise. And he's like, Grunt, old buddy, what the fuck did we get ourselves into this time?
Oh, yeah. What a great issue, man.
It was
Hell
good.
Yeah.
Sure.
What a great reveal, too. That's so dope. Like, seeing that panel is just such a like, it just hits every
shit moment.
note.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is it. This is the fans are finally in control.
Yeah.
And I've never been like, I was a fan of G.I. Joe and Transformers as a child when the cartoon was airing. And then as an older gentleman, I'm a fucking freak for Transformers now. But it's like, I'm not like the super fucking know every character guy. And I don't do the classifieds and everything like that, but I'll tell you this Energon verse has got me really appreciating a lot of this G.I. Joe and Transformer history. I like how they're integrating the story to be like, well, this is how it turned into lasers, guns, and it just is fucking great. It's kind of like how you referenced earlier, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of like nostalgia, but kind of invented.
Yeah, little things like them showing Pythona and the rest of Cobra Law like launching themselves out into space to go meet with the Decepticons, like like that. You know what I mean? Like pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, like they're on the way to Cybertron.
It really works so well too. Like Transformers and G.I. Joe. It's like it's crazy that it's taken this long to get here. And we are in a really awesome kind of generation right now because we're starting to see people that grew up on all these properties in charge of their creative journey.
Right.
what's gonna happen. I mean, I know for a fact I knew people that worked on both the Invader Zim and the Rocco's Modern Life movie for Netflix, and both had told me like, yeah, everyone that worked on it grew up watching it. There was nobody that had their hands that touched it that didn't love that stuff growing up. And now they're working on the movie, and they did such a good job. And that's what Hollywood doesn't seem to understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just give it to some schmo just because they have like a record of other things. This is a different kind of thing. This is things that people have history with. This is
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not hard to give the people what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do know what you're saying.
nowadays. Go ahead, brother.
What I've always been an advocate for is if you're making movies that are based on comic books, you already have 40, 50 years of material to go back and use. Why do you feel the need to write new shit? It's already been written by some of the greatest writers in our history. Like, just use what's there. And I'm glad that this Wolverine in the yellow suit finally happened,
Yes.
because I think it made people realize that, yes, you absolutely can put him in a yellow suit and have him look cool and not look like yellow spandex. I've been saying from day one that that's what was great about the DC movies was DC was never afraid to put their shit like straight out of the comic books, right onto the screen. They didn't re-image anything. Batman came out in Batman outfits. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they didn't try and recreate what Batman looked like. They gave you Batman. Marvel was scared to do that. Even like Thor, like little things like not giving him the helmet and shit. Like, I don't know. Well, that's a whole other topic. But my point was, you're right.
They also, but on the same side, they also did the wing feet for Namor and actually made it make sense, which was insane to me because it never made sense to me. And then I saw it in that movie, and I was like, oh my god, they did it. It looks dope and it makes sense. I'm sold. Let's do it. You know,
A lot of people have said that how the Namor wing thing has been always kind of like a what?
Yeah, it's a weird. He's the king of Atlantis, and he
Yeah,
can fly.
Feathers? Like how, magnets, how do they work,
Yeah, magnet, right?
Yeah, how do they work?
No one even knows.
Let's see. The Cobra Commander trade was dope. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And so, since you said that, sir, we are announcing tonight for 100th subscriber giveaway. I and my friend here will be giving away the Cobra Commander trade paperback.
Yeah, boy.
Nice.
That could be yours, KJ. You smart mouth prick.
There you go. So 100 subscribers. If you're watching on the replay, hit the subscribe. Let's get it. We're only 45 fucking subs away.
Hell yeah.
And if I'm doing this at 100, imagine what I'm going to do at 1,000,000. Not a damn thing, because I'm going to be getting paid, bitch. All right, before we get into our last book of the evening, I'd like to feature some pickups and some other comics and shit like that we will be bringing next week. I picked up Absolute Batman 3 because it's already a month old, but today Absolute Batman fucking 4 came out. I picked up the fucking whatever cover.
I didn't even know 3 was out yet.
So if my man doesn't mind, we'll talk about that next week. And then I also picked up, which I'm really looking forward to reading, like tomorrow, Wolverine number 5, which is Legacy number 397. We are 3 issues away from Legacy number Wolverine 400. I'm sure they're going to shove 1,000 covers down our throats.
I'll take every one of them.
I'll take some. Give me a foil cover, See, that'll be all down for that. And then I'd like to also, I picked up today, really based on how good Wolverine's been lately. Wolverine was high, but because Get Fury was so goddamn good, I picked up Hell Hunters.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's a World War II story. Look at that. You got Logan, you've got Bucky, you've got
You got Fuckface, Bucky, Asshole, the blonde chick, Logan, and I don't know what Ghost Rider this is.
So it's whoever that is it's the Ghost Rider of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll be bringing that next week. Now, I'd like to give a special shout out to my homegirl Tara, my man Chisel's second wife. She does comic book sales at the shop, Pot of Gold Collectibles, 1100 Contra Costa Boulevard, Pot of Gold Collectibles. Go in there, buy a gem, tell her Cobra sent you. And she gave me a stack of Conan books. Like hella Conan books, dude. And
The Marvel ones or the Titan ones?
Marvel and some other ones. So I just wanted to show off a couple covers. Conan the King. I should have made a slide. And then this Conan the King, Conan Adventures. Right? But this is the one. This is the one I found that wasn't Conan related, and I looked it up, and it's Marino Jr. Romita
Jr.
John Romita Jr.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, or is a senior? No, it's a Romito. So it's a senior. 1976. The Son of Satan.
Yeah.
Issue 8.
Yeah. That dude's got cool power set too.
Yep.
He's got the Triton from Hell,
Yeah.
which is sick.
I think this shit was fire. So I figured show some love since she showed me some love. All right. There we go. Boo this man.
That was for my comments on G.I. Joe.
I'm pretty sure it was. All right. So let's get into our third and final book of the evening. Oh, man. Another banger. Sabretooth. And did I upload Sabretooth?
Sabretooth.
Cobra Dad did not upload Sabretooth. All right. No images. Quick synopsis. Sabretooth. It starts off with like some young gentleman doing like some fucking internet, blog shit. And he's like, yo, I'm here at this bar. It's an old bar. I'm going to go in there and do my thing. Goes in there and he pisses off the wrong gentleman who happens to be Logan. Ever so lovable Logan. Takes his phone, crushes it. Get the fuck out of here. I love it. Too bad the images aren't here. So, I hate to talk about this book without the images. What did you guys read it? Both of you guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how good was the bar mantle? And it had Creed, and they used the likeness of the gentleman who played fucking Sabretooth in that shitty ass Origins movie. And I guess he was like an orderly at Ravencroft, and he's like pushing around.
Before that starts, Wolverine is talking to this guy at the bar, and he's looking at pictures on the wall, and he sees a picture
That's
of
what. Yeah,
Sabretooth on
Yeah.
the wall.
yeah, but
And
he don't
says-
remember him.
And he says,
think-
"Who the fuck is that?" And the guy
Yeah, so I
says,
think this is a part of the time where Wolverine has lost his memory.
no, well, he knew who it was, but he had never seen him, I don't think, in that context of him. Like, he was trying to figure out what was going on during this part of Sabretooth's life. So he asked him, he's like, "Oh, what's the deal with this guy right here?"
Oh,
And
I
the guy-
see. Doing detective work.
Yeah, and the guy tells him, "Oh, that's fucking Mad Mardigan or whatever.
Yeah,
Mad Mick, whatever his name
Yeah.
was. Mad Dog.
Mad Dog or whatever.
Mick something
Yeah.
or other." And then he starts to tell him the story of this guy who was a badass. And then they show you Ravencroft.
Ravencroft,
And he's
yeah.
like working as an orderly in Ravencroft.
And then
Yeah.
he's like pushing Logan on like a metal gurney. And he's like, "I got you now, motherfucker." And of course they go at it. And Wolverine for some reason gets the best of him, which usually isn't the case between the two.
It depends on the situation. Like if it's fight or flight kind of situation like that, it's all Wolverine will always win fight or flight. But
Right.
if Sabretooth is just coming to beat his ass on his birthday, Sabretooth's gonna win.
He always bullies him when
Yeah,
they have to go shoulder to shoulder.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what was good about, remember when we read Wolverine Revenge?
Yeah.
He always
Yeah.
gets defeated no matter what.
Yeah.
Sabretooth never just gets his ass kicked. He always
Yeah.
dishes out a really good amount of damage before he gets beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Sometimes psychological.
Yes,
You
yeah. It's a big psychological game between them two.
Well, they
And-
have so
but-
much history that it's easy for him to know what to jab and what chicks to bring up and what painful things he's been through because he's been there. He's seen it all. He knows him.
Yeah. But my big problem with all this is I don't like a society accepting Sabretooth.
Right.
Sabretooth is a beast. He's an absolute beast. He has bloodlust constantly. He has bad energy. He's not going out in public. And that's what I didn't like about the Wolverine Origins one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, try to look at it like this. Maybe he was just trying to be on the low because he's kind of working for Sinister. Let's not remember.
Yeah, but that's one. But like, still, he looks like a super villain. Like he's still Sabretooth. Like the whole
He's unmistakably
Sabretooth. Yeah.
Yeah. His teeth, his claws. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't, and that's why I didn't like Origins for one of the main reasons is Sabretooth is not charming, Sabretooth is not friendly, Sabretooth is pure chaotic evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I would say chaotic evil.
Yeah,
That's where he's at.
Savagery, man. He's an animal, period.
He is, period. But here's the thing though, it's not an animal because he enjoys it. He knows what that's the whole thing about Sabretooth and how fucked up he is that he knows what he's doing is wrong and he still does it. That's why he's such a piece of shit. That's why they did a good job in the Krakoa era to just get him off the board because you know what? That is waiting for a place to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I liked. I do like the Sabretooth run. It wasn't perfect, but it was readable enough. I really liked it during the Krakoa stuff. And it tied in with the Hellions, which was that was my favorite series for the whole Krakoa stuff. But back to this, it's just the first issue, so we'll see where it goes. But I want him to he better get more and more Sabretooth-y.
I think he will. I think they're
If
going
he
to
does.
I think they're going to end up crossing paths.
Well, you have to take into consideration something that we haven't even discussed yet, and that's who he's working for.
Sinister.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Sinister is running this like
A
lab.
mister. He never was a doctor. He's just a mister.
Oh yeah, you're right. But he's running this lab underneath the fucking the building, basically, secretly.
Right.
It seems like.
And that's, let's not forget what he does. He takes mutants and integrates them into himself.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm thinking he's doing.
Yeah, and you could argue that he's maybe doing something to Sabretooth's genes to make him look more presentable, but like he better like Hulk out at some point, you know what I'm saying? And like go full Sabretooth and look like a crazy beast. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's just too convenient.
I think we're going to get that eventually.
We better. I hope it's like a
I
cohesive
hope
thing.
so.
He's already towards the end of that book talking about how he's had enough of this shit.
Right.
He's tired of
So
being
as
as
he kind of talks to this, like, I guess, like this mob, this gang leader or hood factor that's locked up in this fucking place, homeboy's like, yo, we need to come together, get the fuck out of here, and I got a proposition for you. And that's why I don't like not talking about this without the images, because they show up to the spot where this new guy is like a complete monster, just like fighting a bear in a cage and just like chokes him out and just like, bruh, dude. And then the guy's like, yo, talk to my homeboy. And Sabretooth and homeboy have like a face-to-face, and he just grabs him by the head and just slices his fucking head off.
Well, and the cool thing about that too is they were talking about how this is during like that whole Kings of New York street.
Right. You're right. It is Kings of New York kind of. Well, it seems a little more because there's more concrete buildings.
Well, that's what he
Kings in
said.
New York, them motherfuckers.
It's
kinda
during
had,
that
like-
time period.
It's definitely, I would say it was, to me, it was giving Def Jam Vendetta. That's what it was giving to me.
Nice.
Like fighting a bear, come on.
Yeah,
That's on a level right there.
yeah.
And then they showed that whole point with Sinister saying, "Oh, well, I don't fucking need you. I got a replacement." And
Oh
they
yeah,
showed this
Igor.
guy that kind of looks like Toad almost.
Yeah,
He's like an Igor. And that's when Sabretooth is like, you know what?
I'll
Fuck
kill him
you,
right now. Yeah,
and fuck everyone else. And he wipes out the whole goddamn building. in
yeah. He
the
cuts off the doctors' heads and shit.
So
Great
that's,
book.
where,
So
that's how we get
I
to
don't
the
know how many times. What? Really, bro? The fucked up part with most of this shit is they want to give a 6 when this should really be a 50-page, $15 one shot.
Yeah. Like a thick, like what, like 100 pages or something?
Like 50 pages, 50, 60 pages.
Yeah.
You know, not if you want to go magazine size, whatever. But give me this for $15 in a one shot.
No, they're gonna
I don't want to read this for the next 6 months.
fucking 6 books.
That's why people trade weight. But if you want, let me tell you right now, the number one thing you want to do when you want something from comic book publishers is buy the single issues, period. There is nothing else to it. That's the only way She-Hulk, Poison Ivy, Nightwing, these were not supposed to go as long as they did. But what were people doing? Buying the single issues. And I always say that's where it goes. So if you want more Sabretooth content, you got to buy the issues.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
They
Hey,
want to just.
Hey, Dylan, you know who you sound like right now? You sound like Joe.
But that's the truth. That's how it actually works.
You're absolutely right.
there's nothing else to it. That's why when specifically like on a lot of indie books, when I know the guy personally, I always buy the book and I buy the single issues because that's what helps build them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what helps let everything work. It's the whole cog in the machine. You
Yep.
know, people that I understand trade waiting, and I do it for a few things that I know are going to automatically go. But like if it's a indie book specifically, that you got to buy the issues. The only people that really can pull off the graphic novel stuff is like Brubaker. That's basically your only guy. Otherwise, they're going to like Scholastic and they're being able to have like that front of that money, you know?
Oh, dude,
It's like-
I agree with you, bro, about that. But Marvel doesn't need to give us 6 issues of Sabretooth. They're going to get their money on their other titles, bro. But when it comes to indie books, and you love comic books, that's where you need to be putting your money into. Like I'm having next week, our guest is Javon from Remnant Brood. I don't know if you've ever heard of Remnant Brood. The independent title, they got some good shit. I'll send you some links. When I come across like 10 Ton Press, I'm going to support 10 Ton Press all day. Like I just met the guys who did Warmer Fusion,
Yeah.
which is a great book.
Totally, dude. I was blown away. Distillery's doing some good work. You know?
Warmer Fusion, guys, check it out. Scott and Daniel, I forget, but they're cool dudes. I'm gonna have them on the show soon. Yeah, you gotta do the independent shit, and I love Fly Code Joe in the shop, bro, 100%. But I'm learning that like I'm not gonna buy all 6. I'm gonna read the rest online.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm on a budget, so I have to budget for next week. Yes, you know what I'm saying. So that's
Right.
why I don't need all 6 issues either, because it's just gonna go into the short box, and then or long box, and then I resell it eventually to try to get my money back to buy more.
Everybody
Yeah.
goes in the short.
That's my point. Like this should have been a thick ass one shot. That's all.
Well, then you should have just waited for the trade.
But I need to read it now. We need content.
We'll see.
Well, if you'd read these independents that I keep telling you to read, like Geiger and fucking
Fuck
Joe,
Geiger, bro. I hate that shit, dude.
you didn't even give it a chance, dude. Geiger is phenomenal.
Jeff Johns is absolutely killing it. I was kind of weary about him coming over and finally starting his own thing this late in his career, but he screwed himself over in Hollywood. So he tried to come in there like trying to swing his comic book like dick around, and that just didn't fly with a lot of the Hollywood folks. So they're like, "What? You made like what? Tens of thousands? Like we make millions here. Like, shut the fuck up. Who are you? You know, like that." I mean, so that's just what I heard. I don't know for a fact, but I do know he's back and he's doing a lot of really good stuff. I've actually been really impressed. He's getting amazing teams working on all these books. Are they all home runs? No, but there's some really good stuff happening. Especially Junkyard Joe was like that's a sleeper. That is so freaking good. You
So
know?
good.
Don't
Yeah.
start this guy on Junkyard Joe.
Bro, don't get me started on Jeff Johns, dude. Okay, look, peep game. I got the red lantern there. I got the yellow lantern there. Like his whole saga on the Green Lantern stuff up until New 52. Everything pre New 52 is phenomenal. Like got me back in the comic books. Like it was so good, so well thought out, so groundbreaking and changing, and then they just retconned it all. It's like, no, there's no more lanterns. Like,
Well, you don't want to show comic tattoos, bro.
Oh boy.
oh, night. Let me guess. That is Scorpion.
No, that is
Doc Ock.
Amazing Spider-Man 55.
Oh, right. That's Doc Ock, right?
Yep.
Nice. I thought he was gonna go like this. That's what.
No. We all.
I was like,
wanna get those-
look at this, and it's just all one Jean Grey going down.
No, dude. I pull it up and it's Hawk and Dove, bro.
There you go.
But
There you
they're
go.
doing some Hawk and Dove.
But yeah.
All right, so
But yeah, no.
go ahead, bro. Keep going.
No. Just Jeff Johns he hasn't done like he's not a 100%er for sure. Like he's definitely made some misses, but overall, I've really his good stuff is phenomenal for sure. Yeah, exactly. I was trolling him, KJ. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackest Night. Literally, Toy Addict. That was the first thing I read. I hadn't read a comic book in 10 years. And then I got the Blackest Night trade paperback. And it was like, whoa, this is where comic books is? And then I went back and I read everything from Rebirth of Hal Jordan all the way up and past that. And it was so good. By the time I caught up, Brightest Day was coming out. And then I tried the new 52 stuff, but it got so incoherent.
Yeah.
You know what I
Let me
mean?
ask you something, Dylan. How did you like DC metal and death metal?
Yeah, you know, I thought it was really. My thing about that is it kind of just stopped at character design for me. I thought the story was just okay, but I thought it looked really cool. It was really fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like it was a visual. Like visually was awesome. Like
Yeah.
that's where I give credit to that one. You know what I'm saying? The story was okay. Like it was nothing special as far as I could see, you know, but the characters in it were so unique and so awesome, and like it bled well together.
It's a long-winded story.
Yeah.
Which gets kind of boring, but the art and this shit keep coming back. Now, death metal was way better than metal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But how did you like the Batman Who Laughs, that 6-part series?
Yeah. I don't know. If you look up, do you know much about Judge Dredd?
Yeah.
So like all the like evil judges from the opposite world, they're literally the exact same design.
I get it.
So right off the bat, strike one, Scott Snyder. Strike one. But I thought he was overhyped. I thought, and then leading into the Year of the Villain stuff, he had a whole thing where he was like infecting people, and that was kind of cool. Like he had Commissioner Gordon, Jaime Reyes, which was cool because Jaime Reyes wasn't doing anything. They're like, oh, he's infected now. And they had a series of really good one-shots. And then there was also a bunch of one-shots where Apex Lex was, do you know Apex Lex?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he was a Lex from another world that got Martian DNA. So he was just unbelievable.
Yeah, he was all over the place. Yeah.
And they end up fighting each other, and like they did this whole thing where they were like leading to a big fight, and then like nothing really happened. And I was like, well, that was disappointing. But so to answer your question, I thought he was a lot cooler in metal and death metal than anywhere else they tried to put the Batman Who Laughs. Like his miniseries was mad.
Fucking in death
Man.
metal, didn't he become like the Darkest Night with the Mr. Martian? No, he got the Watcher power, that dude from the Watchmen or whatever.
Yeah.
What's the blue dude from the Watchmen?
Mr. Manhattan.
He got those
Dr.
powers
Manhattan. Yeah.
because he got them from Wally.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Where'd you get your powers? Wally. Yeah, Wally gave them to me. Fuck.
All right,
The lamest villain origin story I got from Wally.
All right,
Picked them up at Wally's.
let's wrap it up. with our Dumpski of the week. First, I want to say, Theo Vaughn, everything that comes out of his mouth is golden.
Yep.
And I can't get enough of that, you know.
Agreed.
House because his dad had a lot of like anti-gay energy, you know. And I'd be like, Mr. Mike, man, they were being
touchy feely.
Yeah, it's just real strange out there. My friends Adam would come back inside, man, and his dad would be like, "What in the fuck have you boys been doing out there? You've been queering." And I would be dying with laughter. And they were so high they didn't know how to explain that they hadn't been, you know. They're so high.
Do you feel bad about that?
I feel great about it.
I guess I edited it wrong, but he's saying he used to get stoned out front with his buddies and then go in early before the other buddies and tell the dad, hey, these guys are acting kind of, you know, heterosexual. And so when his buddies walked in all stoned, the dad's like, you boys out here queering around.
Cobra can relate because he's always queering around.
Yeah, I know. Man, I can't stop, dude. All right, you know, I'm inclusive. All right, so Dumpski of the week. We got one this week, and here we go.
Yeah.
Edward, are you a real person?
Yeah.
Then
You're gonna think I'm fucking real when I fucking lay you the fuck out because you're not shit to me, motherfucker.
I mean, it sounds good and everything. Like it sounds.
Okay,
good.
then do something.
I mean,
Do something.
Nice.
sorry. Oh shit.
Night night.
Why, dude? His neck is like.
Bro, you even punch him.
Sorry.
He said to do something.
He did.
I mean,
I
Cut
mean,
down for it.
that's why we call him the Dumpski of the week, sir.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, that was very lackluster. No laughs out of that one. All right, so Mr. Motherfucking Dylan Gray, thank you for showing up. What do you got going, brother?
Yeah, just nothing really crazy. A few projects in the back burner, but just plugging away at my regular stream over at Twitch every morning, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific. Morning routine, super fun. Same name, Mr. Dylan Gray on all social media platforms, and yeah, that's about it. That's my main focus right now is just working on that and a few, so I can get some new stuff going this year. Nothing good to talk about yet, but I am working on a couple comic book projects, so I'm excited to get some of that going. So
All right. Also, if you're in the Bay Area and over to Flying Colors, go see Dylan. He's usually there on Saturday.
it's right.
I don't want to put my man on blast, but the last time I saw him, he was having a great conversation with a customer, and he's a friendly guy. Anyway, hey Matt, go ahead.
Well,
Yes, shout out.
for starters, I'm not sure if it's still going on or not, but Toy Mercs was doing a 4K giveaway today, so you may want to head over there and see if that's still going on. Because Dead Man and the Boys, yeah, see, there we go, right there. So go check that out. Tomorrow night, you can go check out all the fuckery over on AWA, or The Addiction, with the most unworthiest of all unworthy collectors, Mr. Kevin, and his beautiful, sexy fucking co-host, Mr. Danny, Mr. Toy Addict 17. So go over there and check them out tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on the YouTubes. Then you got Friday night. They have those dickheads over there at Hoodcast. They're doing their thing. Jonathan Fallon, C-Dot, and Captain Jizzle. Check those guys out, I guess.
Captain Jizzle.
Yeah. Monday night, Raven's Eyes. Sunday, Latin Legions. Go check out those guys. You know the routine.
Yeah, and Skelly's Tomb on Wednesday before the Weekly Habit. And go check out, I got a bad feeling about this podcast, wherever podcasts are available. And don't forget Highly Posable on Fridays with KJ Smith, Biolabs, Pablo, Steam Power Monk, and all the rest of the crew there. And thank you guys for joining. If you're in the replay, please hit the subscribe so I can give this fucking book away. And we're out this motherfucker. Bah!
Bah.